What's up, guys? Welcome to the Something Stoney podcast.
I like fantastic better. Why are you just good?
Yeah. I don't know. Not every day can be a winner, you know?
We need to work on that. We need to work on that tonight.
Some days just really kick you in the balls, and you just gotta curl up and wait for it to go away. But it does.
You know what you need to do?
Kick
it back in the balls. Just kick it really hard in the balls.
I try. They have very resilient balls. That life.
They do. No, it's a. You know, it's funny because I was thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight, and I've been in a weird mood, like in a very weirdly positive mood. I don't know if I'm feeling, let's timestamp this a little bit. The election's in 3 weeks. This will air after the election, so we'll know what happened. I got the Friday the 13th box set. I got it in the mail. I was like a fucking kid at Christmas. I was just like, oh my god, look at this. Who has this? I was so it's the love I have for that goddamn franchise is it's bizarre. It's bizarre. I don't get it. But I feel like celebrating tonight, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I want to cheer you up. That's my goal. We need to make your night great.
Okay.
That's my goal. So I don't know if we talk about your name tonight. That
we can talk about whatever you want. Fire away. Sock it to me.
Sock it. Did you ever play Robot Soccers or what was that thing called?
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah.
Did you ever do this? Did you kick ass? That's cool. It's like 3D. If you're just listening to this, you're like, what the fuck? So we have hinted at this for a while, and I'll be honest, it took me a long time to say, hey, your name's Justin Butts. Did you ever get teased?
I mean, what kind of fucking crazy, stupid question is that? Of course I did. Are you fucking kidding me? That was my whole life. I mean, and it was to the point where I was fortunate enough to never need a nickname. I was born with one, right? All of my friends back home, everyone I went to school with, they just called me Butts. And it's like, even if you try to make up a name, it's not going to be better than something that's already someone's fucking name. The only downside to that is that school is a fucking miserable nightmare every single day, and you dread going to it. You grow up feeling isolated, and you're the butt, no pun intended, of every joke. And it sort of creates this gateway bullying where it's like it starts with the name and then it gets progressively worse. And you just grow up with like low self-esteem, and like it's a ride. It's a ride. But it's funny. Despite all that, like even when it was real bad in middle school, because middle school kids are fucking assholes. But
oh my god, yes.
And even then, I don't really recall a time where I was like, man, I hate this name I have. I wish I didn't have it. I was aware of the fact, like, yeah, I wouldn't dread going to school if my last name was fucking Jones or Smith or some shit. But I mean, whatever. I guess I've always embraced it and just kind of, I've never been ashamed of it. And I've always, even as a kid, I just had this understanding of like, oh, these people just need to grow up. Like I get that even as an adult, like it's funny and it kind of catches you off guard and especially because it's actually spelled like that. And I get it. But I think once I got to the point, like once I got to college is when I started to get annoyed. Like I was never offended by it, obviously, because I mean, whatever, it's my name.
Yeah.
But I think college is when I started to get annoyed because I'm like, dude, we're like adults, I mean, not really, but
Yeah, no,
You
no,
know what I
no.
mean?
You're old enough to know better. You're old
Yeah,
enough
like
to
we're kind
grow
of
out of
past
it.
that point. And also, when even now, every once in a while, someone will kind of give me a little jab about it. But it annoys. Yeah, the only part of it that annoys me now is like the audacity for people to think that I haven't heard every fucking joke 1,000 times over. Like, you're not gonna tell me anything new. So
Well, that's why. Look, I mean, it was one of those things where I never really look. I'm not one to make fun of people's names. My name is Oster, which is I've been called Oyster, Oster, everything. I think there's that brand of blenders that I
oh
call
yeah,
them Oster, but I hear some people call them Oyster, Oster. I, I it. I don't think I was ever really bothered by a name per se, like making fun of my it was
right.
only annoying that like when a teacher would be like saying my name wrong, I'd be like, can you at least say my name right?
Yeah.
That would
The
piss me off.
problem is though is that I think there's a difference between someone twisting your name into
Yeah,
something funny and people just being like, "Hey, we don't need to make a joke. This is your name."
yeah, no, it's that's what it was always like one of those things that I never wanted to just come at you and say. I mean, it took me a while, right? I mean, I
I
didn't
mean,
jump
look,
in.
I mean, I'm not like sensitive about it at all. That's why I'm like, yeah,
No,
whatever. Let's have this conversation. But and to be fair, there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot
there
of
are a lot of butts.
and there's people with even worse last names. I saw this dude the other day. Um his last name was Sharts and I'm like, that's way fucking worse, dude.
Oh my
You are
god, that's
praying for my name.
terrible.
and and yeah, and especially even with like my acting career, it always worried me because
Mm.
especially when I was younger, I would think like, okay, because there's all these actors that have stage names, or they kind of put a little spin on their own name just because it's more marketable, I guess. And even though their real names are totally fine.
Yeah.
But so I thought, I don't know, am I going to have to deal with a situation where like an agent or someone someone like that is going to be like, hey, we think you're great, but let's do something about this name. Like
Yeah.
who are you going to be instead? Because we can't sell butts. That's ridiculous. But
Well, they can, but just not.
they can, right? But if the people behind it are a bunch of fucking sixth graders, then they're going to be like, that's ridiculous. We can't do that. But and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that hasn't been an issue yet, but maybe it will be in the future. I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't really have a whole lot under my belt as far as acting goes, so there's still plenty more experiences to enjoy. But no, that was always a concern. So when I was younger, I had decided, I was like, okay, well, this dream, this acting thing, this is what I want out of life. So I'm willing to change up my name. It's fine. So my middle name is Michael. So I thought, okay, I'll slap an S on the end and I'll just be Justin Michaels. I'll be one of those assholes with two first names.
Yeah.
And
no, you don't want that.
yeah.
You don't want that.
But and I was okay with that for a little bit. But then I think once I started acting and doing short films and the pilots and shit, that's when I decided, you know what? I don't want to give up anything of my own. Like I don't, if it's not my real name in the credits, then I'm not going to feel like that was my accomplishment. The accomplishment is that Justin Butts is doing these things, and the gratification of like, remember that fucking dude with the crazy name that you made fun of? Like, look what he's doing now, like that name is plastered on fucking, on marquees and shit, so, yeah, that's the dream, but it's never bothered me when people make a big deal about it, because ultimately, like, you're the one being childish, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Well, I mean, look, it's so the other day I was listening to the radio. I listened to 88.5 in Los Angeles if you want a great radio station, independent 88.5, and they play literally everything. I mean, they play everything from Lou Reed to Waylon Jennings to whatever. The other day they were playing Johnny Cash, and they were playing A Boy Named Sue.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard that song. Have you heard that one?
Oh yeah, I love Johnny Cash.
So yeah, Johnny Cash is a fucking man. So I thought of you. I thought of you listening to that song because here it is about a guy named Sue who fucking doesn't, he doesn't give a shit, and he's not gonna take your crap. And I knowing you for this time, as long as we have, and getting to know you, I kind of see that in you. I see that as a guy. I'm like, look, I have a cool name. I like my name. I don't give a fuck about my name. And I don't, if you don't like it, oh well, not my fucking problem.
Yeah. And my rebuttal is, it's ridiculous, but if you want something marketable, what's going to catch people's eye more than that? If they walk by a poster and they're like, wait, what was that fucking guy's name? And then it puts eyes on the movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a funny thing.
Fucking acting here.
Look, we're in an age where fucking people have the weirdest fucking names. Dude, when I interview people sometimes I'm not even gonna fucking try and say their name.
Yeah.
So at least you have a name that's real clear and real concise. Yeah. I haven't even started this yet. I've been holding on to this bottle every goddamn time we do this show, dude. Every goddamn time.
Is tonight the night?
Thinking maybe.
Yeah. Are you gonna pour it into a bowl with those Raisin Bran behind you?
I might have it. Well, I was trying to hide the Raisin Bran, but like
I just called you out.
You did. Here's the thing.
It's a collector's item.
It's a collector's item. No, I started this show. I've been kind of debating. I have an office where I actually shoot like a lot of interviews. I have Jason's head in there. I brought him today. I have an office and I've used it the past couple of times, but the problem is the light bulb is fucked up, and the lighting was a little strange. It's a little strange. It's a little moody, but that's okay. It's fine. So I decided to come back here tonight, and I was like, well, we got the kitchen. This is a kitchen, basically. I'm in the living area, dining area part of the kitchen.
I'm in the living room, kitchen, bedroom.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We're in LA. That's pretty much how you live. I mean, it's just you have everything set. Although we have a pretty big place. You should come over one time. We need to do this in person once COVID is over.
Well, once it's over, I'm hoping we can just totally switch over to in person.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck it. Ready?
It's time. It's time.
I'm nervous.
It's okay. Here, I'll spark up again. How about
okay,
that?
watch. I can't open it. No, I can open it. I'm fine. So, okay, before I do this, we discussed this with Ryan. He's seen me drunk.
Okay.
And normal people would be like, "Are you fucking kidding? This won't do anything. There'll be nothing." To me, yeah, I don't know.
That right there is a night out.
That is a night out, basically, and on top of everything else. So we'll see how. God,
yeah, on top of your little cookie. So when you do your edibles, what is it? Is it like a cookie or a gummy?
No.
Or?
I go for gummies, and I prefer the candy stuff.
Okay.
I like stuff that doesn't taste like it, because I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to find in edibles, in my experience.
I've found them, and I've found the perfect concoction for me. Which is why I'm like, wow, this is going to be risky, because I'm already going to be. You've seen me after the show. Once we cut the cameras, guys, it's anarchy. It
just goes downhill.
It's anarchy, and it's going to be really anarchy tonight. Because okay, fuck it. Ready?
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, God.
Put on your fun hats.
Dude, it goes down so... I may need water after this.
Yeah,
Fuck, it goes down hard.
you probably should have had a chaser set.
Yeah, it's like...
You're going to be powering through that the rest of the show.
I'm feeling good, though. I'm feeling really good. I feel... So, like I said, I feel really good today. I feel weirdly positive about shit. And cheers.
Cheers.
I'm not a drinker, man.
That's fine. Look, hey, if you want to take a little break and come back to it, that's fine. I won't judge you. We'll
see how we're doing. I'm holding on to this. I got this for those of you that maybe didn't see the early episode. Sometimes I'll get kind of fun little swag from a studio when I'm reviewing a movie or when I'm working on a movie. I don't remember what this came with. It was something that was kind of cool for some show or something. I think it was maybe Raised by Wolves or something. And I was like, you know what? I'll save it. And so tonight felt like the right night. Wow. It's I don't hate it though. That's the thing. And I don't hate the taste of whiskey.
I'll be honest, I've never been into whiskey.
That's one of the few things I like.
Except for maybe Southern Comfort, but I've never really been. Because then again, I'm not really a drinker anyway.
Me neither.
Oh yeah,
as you can tell. Oh my god, dude! This is gonna be insane. I don't even know where the fuck we're gonna go tonight. I don't know. Do you like my movie shirt? Check this out.
The movie, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's my movie.
I saw that when you showed me your dick before the show.
Exactly. That was impressive, right? I think I was impressed with our the girth together. It was really impressive. I mean, we this is what we do before the show and after.
It's a warm up.
It's a warm up.
Look, we're very small time right now, but once something Stoney gets a little bit bigger, we can afford some fluffers, then, it'll really give us more time to focus on our craft.
I gotta say this, and we haven't talked about this at all.
Okay.
So I feel like we can talk about it now. It's been, and I don't, I've been with doing a show called Sound Scary on Vidi Space for a while now, and it's been one of the most amazing professional experiences in my life because it's very personal. It's very. I love my co-host who you met, and I guess now obviously, if you're watching this, you're watching us on Vidi Space. We found out really the past few days that we're going to Vidi, and dude, I can't wait to take you on this journey. Dicks will be out all the time. Dicks out. That'll be our new thing.
Yeah, for Harambe.
But in all seriousness, though, it's really exciting, and I'm really it'd be nice to go. I wish we could go a month in advance, do the Back to the Future thing, and okay, let's see how we're feeling now, and then But I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to be part. I love Vidi. I love everyone there. I love Nick Groff. I love Elizabeth Saint. I love my partner Ryan Coltrera, and now I got you, my boy.
Hey,
Justin Butts.
Yep.
That's how I like to say your name. Just in Butts.
See, and I heard that in 6th grade so long ago.
100,000
And actually,
times.
that is the joke that I started about myself because I learned very early in life that they do that to get a reaction. So as soon as you start laughing at yourself and joking about yourself, they're not interested anymore. It's a bulletproof tactic, and that's the joke that I used. So.
How did you use it and why? What was the circumstance? I'm still under this thing.
No, literally what you're saying, just in but they pointed that out, and I'm like, hey man, all the time. I'm fucking 12. I'm all the time. And and I'm joking with them. I'm in on it. And then they're just kind of they lose their inspiration. And then they eventually leave you alone the more you do it. Or you just beat the shit out of them.
How many fights did you get into?
None really. I mean, maybe
bullshit.
a couple, maybe
Bullshit.
I was quite the scrapper.
No, I don't think you would be. I don't think you would be a fighter. I would never expect you to be.
I mean, like I've been very. I mean, I've attacked people for sure, but you all right?
Feel great.
That's good.
Feel good.
You'd never guess it, but I'm glad you feel great.
Yeah, no, it looks. I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling about this. And
I see you're still working on it.
I got about not that much. I've got like just this much left. So
okay, all right.
I mean, it's straight liquor. That's the thing. I don't usually do straight liquer.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good point. You should have Coke or something with you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I have these little like cherry Cokes, these little Pepsis. I was gonna have a whiskey, like a whiskey and Coke.
Yeah.
I wanted to be ballsy and just dicks out, right? So
it dicks out.
Dicks out.
There it is. There it is.
Let's see how well I do. I already feel like I'm losing it. Yeah, so well, you know, another reason I wanted to bring up your name is because there is a gentleman on Twitter, and I'm going to look him up because I want to talk a little about him. He is a comedian, and he does these. He basically pretends to be like Trump supporter. His name's Anthony. Hold on. Anthony, this is so helpful. Anthony Walker, or Hot Medic. I follow him. He's very funny. He does these little videos where he rants about being a Trump supporter, and he gets really silly with it. And it's a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, wow, he's really crazy." But it's like it's comedy. It's a joke.
Yeah.
He did something. I guess there was a girl where I don't remember if her name was Ruth. Possibly, I'm kind of looking to see if I see it. But this girl, I guess, was bullied a lot in high school or junior high. I forgot. I'm telling the story terribly. But he heard her story, and I guess she was watching his videos, and she just started laughing. And she was like, oh, really getting into it and really loving this guy. And I guess the parents heard this, and they're like, oh my God, this is like the first time we've heard our daughter happy. And so they contacted this guy, this Anthony guy, and he did a really lovely video, a little, kind of a fuck all the bullies. And I guess that had me thinking about kind of bullying and how, what you may have dealt with, what maybe I dealt with, what a lot of people deal with, and what constantly. And it's bizarre to me. It's really fucking bizarre I don't understand the mindset of a bully. I don't understand it.
No, but I think stereotypically, at least, and certainly in a lot of cases, it's just sort of this like projection of anger and frustration because maybe they live in a broken home or maybe they're being abused. It's something of that nature. I mean, it's like anybody else that wants to be shitty to you. It's because their life sucks and they're taking it out on you. And yeah, I mean, there is certainly a part of me that believes that in the right doses, bullying builds a lot of character. And I think that a lot of great achievers throughout history were probably driven to be so successful and through bullying, probably, right?
I guess so. I mean, I feel like it's gotten a little worse in a way. Like, I feel like...
Well, I mean, with the internet and everything, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be like well, look, I mean, I've never been a fan of the whole, well, boys will be boys, kids will be kids. I've never been a fan of that because I feel like you're dismissing as a parent, you need to teach your child to be right.
You're taking yourself out of the equation.
Yeah. And it's tricky because, a parent rarely sees their kid as the bad guy. They rarely see their own child, even if their child is a fucking monster. You could, we're talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm sure Sherry Moon Zombie's mother to Michael Myers would be like, "Oh no, he's a good boy. He just needs help. He just needs help."
Yeah.
I have hair on my fingers from my hair, so hold that thought.
Okay.
Getting that off my fingers. That was really bothering me. Gosh, yeah. So I guess that just had me thinking about kind of what you went through. Well, a lot of people are going through, and I think it's interesting because we're seeing a lot of bullying, and we've been talking on the show, dude. We're gonna fucking call the show All the Rage or Age of Rage, and because of this, because of the fucking anger and the fucking psychosis that's going on all around us on the daily. But I'm so glad we changed it, though. Like, I'm glad we didn't.
Oh yeah. So I don't think that's ever really been explained yet to the audience. So we were, when we first came up with the idea of this podcast, we were originally going to call it Age of Rage, All the Rage, as sort of like a commentary on the world we live in now and how crazy society is and cancel culture and Karens and all this shit. And I think the idea was that we were going to like rant and shit and go on these tirades about Karens and dumb people. And we've certainly touched on all those things throughout these handful of episodes, but we're just not those guys.
We're not raging at all.
I think that I myself, I'll go through a moment, like that'll last maybe a few minutes where I'm real fired up about something. But, once some time passes and I'm able to relax, it means nothing to me.
Yeah.
And, so we just decided like something Stoney and a little Easter egg in the very first episode. You can see that you and I are talking during the intro song. I played the intro song over me saying "Welcome to the Age of Rage" podcast.
Yeah, you did. You did. It's weird because we were really set on this. I mean, we really like this idea, and we really like the idea of kind of being honest and not coming from a bullshit place, coming from a very, very genuine place about our frustration with the world and our frustration with whatever happens to be going on. And I just feel like even with that frustration, we're so similar in the way we kind of process information, which is, it's so bizarre, guys. I mean, literally the amount of like understanding between the two of us is very, very special and cool. And it's a nice feeling.
Pretty gay.
Yes. Super gay. So it's like, I feel very like I liked the idea. I was big on the idea, but at the same time, I was just like, it doesn't feel like who you and I are at all. It doesn't. No. And I think the first episode, once we shot that, yeah, like you said, literally when we were shooting that episode, that's what we were going to call it. It was going to be, and then something Stoney came up. Didn't we tell? I thought we told Ryan how that happened. Did we not tell the guest or our listeners?
Yes. Well, which Ryan? I think we explained it to him. Yeah.
I think we did. I
know we did for one of them at least. I don't know which one. But
I believe it was Ryan C., my Sound Scary co-host, my partner there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
I gotta tell you something real sweet about him. When I was talking, about him, and we really loved having him on, and we would love to have him on again.
Absolutely.
But I think he was, and he said this, and I think you'll appreciate this. He was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to take away from Justin. I don't want to take away from the love, the deeply romantic love that we have."
Oh yeah.
Wait, I went for the gay. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go for the gay.
Go for the gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't even know why we went from bullying to our name, but yeah, I guess. Well, we're in an age where there's a lot of bullying. We see a lot of bullying everywhere you go. Every time you fucking turn on the news, every time you fucking watch one of those videos, someone's freaking out because they don't want to wear a mask, or they don't want to do this, or they don't want to. Yeah. The weirdest one is fucking people who don't want to show their receipts, and I think we covered this, but it's so. I guess well, the beauty of what we're doing, what I like about it is it's there. I mean, we're still fucking talking about this shit, but it doesn't, I don't know. I like the openness of it. And I like the, here, this is what I like. This is what you're asking about. So there you go.
Moon. What? Moon? What's moon?
Moon. That's an edible.
Oh, okay.
The best. It's fairly cheap, and it works surprisingly well if you have a few. So there you go.
Drugs, kids. They work.
They do. Bad influence. Bad. I have a friend who was about to try shrooms, and I don't know how it went. I want to talk to him about it. I've never done that, so I was curious how.
Either way, I know we've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the show yet, but
I don't think we have.
I've really only been smoking weed for like a year at this point, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, not very long. And I just, once I started doing it and kind of, learned the ropes, I guess, about everything, which I've already had a very, very low interest in drinking, but that got knocked down even further to almost none, because it's like I found my vice. I found the thing that works for me, and that's that sort of puts me in a good headspace, and it's very therapeutic. And so I also, along with that, I have no interest to really try any other drugs. It's not a gateway drug.
No, it is not.
That has been debunked officially. If even one person doesn't use it as a gateway, that theory is automatically debunked. Mm-hmm. So eat a dick. But I fucking... But no, and
not in a fun way, man. Like, make it really
not in the
not in the lovely way that we're talking. I mean,
right? Like you're eating a stinky dick.
Yeah, exactly.
With some Fromunda cheese.
Fromunda cheese.
Yeah, it's extra cheesy.
Cheesy.
Anyway.
Cheesy. Yeah.
What was I talking about? Sorry, I got carried away with cheesy dicks.
Cheesy, yeah. Well, you always do. I can't keep you away. I can't keep you away. I think, I don't even. I have no idea where we were. I honestly don't. And I was going to say something. And
Something Stoney.
Something Stoney is basically what we are. Welcome to Something Stoney. No, it was something that, because we were talking about bullying and how it, blah blah blah, it affects people. I have no fucking clue. No fucking clue. I say let's. You know what I'm going to say?
It's not a gateway drug.
Yes,
it's not a gateway drug, and as I was saying, along with that, I have no interest in doing any other drugs. But as interesting as shit like LSD and shrooms sound, I think I would enjoy them, like as the person that I am. The problem is that with hallucinogenics or hallucinogen, whatever they are, I have really bad motion sickness, and it's weird because I feel like it's gotten a lot worse as I've gotten older. Like the last time I was back home, I went to this park with my ex, and I was just like, whatever. We were just chilling. I sat on a swing and I was swinging, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore either.
What?
It's on. I swear to God. I started to feel it. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. I can't swing anymore. It's like anything. Yeah. It's
Oh
bad.
my God, we need to work on that.
I know. I don't know what's
Like,
making it worse, but I
well,
hate
I
it.
mean, what about like roller coasters and stuff like that? Can you do that?
Oh, fuck no. Those are the worst. I'll tell you what, I can do wooden roller coasters because they're not as fast and there's no loops or corkscrews or anything like that. I like wooden roller coasters. I've been on one roller coaster that had 2 loops and a corkscrew, but it was super, super short. Like you literally went down 2 loops in a row, went around a curve, corkscrew, done. So it's like it happened too fast for my body to register that stuff makes me sick. So I can handle that one. But other than that, no,
Oh,
it's just fucking wooden roller coasters. And it sucks because it's kind of limiting because all my friends they love roller coasters, and of course like if you're on like a date or something and they love roller coasters, like when I first moved out here with my ex, like we went to Disneyland. It was my first time going, and I think the first ride we went on was the Matterhorn.
okay. Yeah.
That one was like at the cusp of what I could handle, but I liked it.
Wow.
I liked it.
Okay.
But it was also like it was also after 2 hours of being in a car, which doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so and then we went on on Space Mountain.
Yeah.
I was done. My day was done. I was struggling so much on that roller coaster, and by the time it was over, I was checked out. I felt so bad because she was so excited to be there, and she was so excited to ride the rides, and now she had to ride them alone.
Oh
And
my
that's what she did.
God.
Don't get me wrong, I stood in line with her until she got to the front, and then I was like, "Hey man, how do I get out of here? Because I'm not getting on this." And
Oh
then
my
they
God.
showed me to the exit, and I just waited. And that was it.
You, and I mean this in the nicest way. Oh my God, you're such a wuss. I mean, you can't handle roller coasters. You can't handle horror movies. And I mean
Well,
this in the,
okay, let me just clear this up. It's not that I can't handle horror movies. I can handle like the killings and watching people get shot, even like real footage of that happening to people. That's fine. There's not a whole lot like that will make me squeamish. It's the jump scares make me so anxious that I just don't even want to deal with it. And I have really bad motions. I've always had motion sickness. Like I remember being a kid taking Dramamine before we went out, for the day.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And even fucking like VR. Every time I do VR, it's like I'm done.
Oh my God, that's well, no, it makes sense because that certain people have that. Certain people
Yeah, of course.
can't go on. I'm my problem is I have a kid that likes to go on that stuff. That means we go to those cheapy fucking carnivals. Those really like it looks like they're put together with shoelaces, and like my kid's like, "Hey, let's go on the one that swings around and does this and goes." I'm like, and so I have to go on it.
Yeah. And I went to me and a bunch of friends. This was years ago. We all went to Six Flags in Chicago, and we get there. That's an even longer car ride. And it's like, it's even, well, no, like this was when I still lived in Illinois.
I figured that, but
so it was a few hours, but so we get there and like, I didn't get much sleep. It's 3 hours in a car. And the first thing we do is go on the Raging Bull. Now, I don't think the Raging Bull's out here, but if any of our viewers are from Chicago or Illinois or have been there, it's a big roller coaster. It's like a full-size roller coaster, and it's not wooden. It's a regular roller coaster. And, when you're already motion sick and already still like recovering from the motion sickness from the car ride, not had much sleep, not had anything to eat or drink, and then you go on the fucking Raging Bull, I, again, checked out for the rest of the day. All of my friends went on roller coasters. I found an arcade, and that's where I fucking spent the whole day. Which, to be fair, I would do that anyway because I love arcades. But yeah, I got to rejoin them with a fucking Luigi plushie thing that I won.
That's funny.
So I guess you could say they were the losers that day.
Exactly. You know what? Though here's the thing, though you kind of are just used to it. So you didn't have. It's not like you had this love. Like you're like, oh, I want to go on the triple loop, quadruple loop, whatever shit.
No, because I mean,
want to do that.
No, I've never ever since I was a little. I'm talking like 6 years old. It's always been there, and I just, for as long as I can remember, I've always known I can't handle shit like that. I don't remember the defining moment where it was like, oh, this is actually too much, but it's just ever since I was a very little kid, I'm like, I either need to take some Dramamine or just kind of sit on the sidelines.
Can you do boats? Like go sailing?
I usually do fine on boats. It's kind of interesting. Then again, I haven't been on a boat in quite a while.
Okay.
So we'll see next time I find myself on a boat, which isn't too often.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no one's going anywhere now, so we're not fucking. I mean, I have a raft. We have a pool in our courtyard, and I always take my son, and I always like, oh, let's play Friday the 13th, where you get thrown off the raft. I'm weird, and he thinks it's really funny. Yeah, as a kid, he hadn't seen the movies. I'm like, hey, you want to play Friday the 13th? And he's like, sure. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'll go, because he liked jumping, being dunked in the water and stuff like that. So like, we just play Friday the 13th, and I thought it was really funny, and he thought it was funny. So I'm like, hey, that's what we'll go to the pool, and I'm like, hey, you're on the Pirates of the Caribbean right around. I don't know. It's weird because I'm finding myself not normalizing quite. I don't want to say normalizing the world that we're in right now, but I find myself kind of just accepting it and going, okay, well, this is what we got, so this is what I'm okay with, and I'm okay with, like, I feel more heartbreak for people who are really, really suffering. So I've learned to kind of appreciate what I've got like this. There's still some left. Hold on.
Polish that off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's working. It's definitely working. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, actually. I feel really weird. It's like pretty much every week, either you or I will text each other and go, "Oh, dude, I'm excited about this show tonight," and we can never really explain why. I mean, I get. Can you explain why?
I think I could elaborate a little. I mean, obviously it's a lot of fun, and I also think, especially now more than ever, it's refreshing to have this regular communication, and we've always been able to have very in-depth conversations with each other, and I think that's something that even without Corona is rare to find in the relationships that you have with people. And so I think it's just it's knowing that you're going to be able to have a good, enjoyable conversation with someone that you can talk about anything with, and especially because this is, sort of like I guess a safe area.
Yeah.
We can talk about whatever we want, and whatever our beliefs are, we can, and if there's something we want to vent about, it's an outlet. It's an outlet for communication. It's an outlet to explain our complaints and grievances, and it's a fun place to come to every week, and it's very refreshing.
Yeah. I'll look, and we've talked a lot about this, and you and I, about, and we will talk politics, and we're going to piss some people off because we're both fairly liberal. That's the thing. We're both pretty much not a big fan of a certain. Hey, Zach's on the. Zach just texted me. Our mutual friend Zach just texted me. I almost feel like, hey, Zach, come on to the show. We do need to bring him on.
I'm sure. Yeah, he'll be on the show at some point.
Yeah, we love Zach. But I feel like there's a weird, and I hope that like whoever ends up watching this is just maybe. I hope you're having a great, maybe you had a really shitty day. Maybe you just want to hear nonsense. Maybe you just want to hear people talk about stuff. And look,
or maybe you want some background noise while you fuck.
That would be weird.
Hang on. Let's give a moment of silence. Hey, congrats on fucking.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yay!
there you go. Hopefully they pause it right there.
I hope so. That would be like, wow.
That would be the dream.
That's
the dream.
That would be the dream.
That's the dream.
That's why.
To be someone's soundtrack while they fucking just fuck, dude.
Do you like music when you fuck?
When I'm fucking, dude.
Yeah,
when I'm laying it down, bro.
Like legitimately, I never have music. It's
no,
never in that like that.
I did. I was with a woman, a consenting woman, because you got to specify that. And
yes, you do.
No, it was my girlfriend at the time, and she wanted to put on some music. I think that she liked the idea of it and wanted to try it out. I immediately hated it. I can't do it at all. It's too distracting.
I think it'd be hilarious to have it something like, just to mess with someone. Just go, yeah, man. I want to put up some really nice music. No, seriously, man. I like putting fucking Alvin in the show. I think that would be kind of a. I mean, there's music I hear.
Like what? This is what gets me hard.
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea. Like, I'll hear a song and I'll be like, "That's a really hot song." I could actually see someone getting into it.
There's definitely a lot of very sexy songs that like I would never want to actually fuck to, but whenever I hear it, I'm like, this would be good for like a sex scene in a movie because it's a sexy song.
Yes, that's absolutely it. You hear it and you think you and I both think a little bit visually in the sense that like we're like
fucking geniuses. Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
Fuck yeah. Fuck, give me 5. Music has always been that way for me, and not just about fucking. Just in general, I hear a song and I always think, "Ooh, that would be really cool in the scene."
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I've like come up with entire like movie ideas and full blown plots just because one song reminded me of like it would be good for this kind of scene, and then I just like build it from that scene.
I 100% do the same.
Yeah,
100, and that's like weirdly enough, and I think I've talked about this a little bit, maybe not specifically, but I think music has always been more in a weird way more influential than movies have. Like, there's certainly movies that like Halloween is one of the most influential movies in my life. Not just because I love horror. There's a lot of things about that movie that just really fucking just, wow. But like music has always been like even more personal to me because.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that because it's not a story that's being told. It's generally, at least, it's a real person sharing their real feelings or experiences, and then. It's relatable and you start to not feel so alone. And, you realize that this person is kind of your voice for these experiences, and I think that's why a lot of certain artists who are willing to be vulnerable and transparent, we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have.
They get a lot of praise for what they do because depending on what phase you are in life, it can really hit home.
You want to know what song I like?
What song's that?
This is kind of embarrassing.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's really embarrassing. You know that Star is Born, one of the greatest movies. I fucking love Star is Born.
Okay.
We've talked about this, and obviously every song on that is amazing. But I really, really, really like that one. Why you gotta show or whatever she's talking about? Show up in the ass like that. Stupid fucking pop song that they make fun of in the movie. It's the
Yeah.
joke song. I love that song. I fucking love it.
That's how those pop songs get you. They're too fucking catchy.
Dude, yeah, right? I mean, look at that fucking Rebecca Black song, Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
That
catchy
song ruined her life. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel lucky because I grew up with the internet, but I grew, like by the time it became what it is now, I was already in my early mid 20s, and I just was kind of, I'd grown up a little. I was a little disconnected from. I feel bad for these kids that like post
so
their
much.
bullshit on TikTok or whatever for the world to see, and it's like, God, I would hate, because they don't realize how cringy they are. They'll realize it later in life, but
Yeah,
now it's like cemented into this.
it's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's in
It's
the ether.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
That's yeah. I feel like I feel like I feel so glad I didn't have social media as a kid. I think
Yeah.
it would have been horrible
I
because
mean,
I was a weirdo.
yeah, I had, I mean, I had Facebook,
Yeah.
like in high school, but it just wasn't, and I don't know, I did get a little cringy from time to time. I did like the stupid posting song
Do you
lyrics bullshit.
still have it? Oh, I still do that. So it's all right.
And no, but like, like the lyrics are like super deep and supposed to,
I totally do that.
yeah. But the thing,
Well,
what a fucking loser.
I'm 13, so that's really where it is.
Yeah, but no, and but some of the resource, like I said, things like TikTok where people are posting little videos about that, because I was such a fucking
Can we do a
edgelord as a kid.
TikTok? You and I
Maybe,
can definitely,
maybe,
please,
I'm saying maybe.
please. I'd do anything if you do TikTok with me. Well, I mean that may not anything, but I'll do a lot. We should do a TikTok. I'm gonna
What's
bring you
what's
into
our
the
what's
cult.
our TikTok gonna be?
I don't know. So my friend wants me to do something because I'm in love with it. I think Showgirls is one of the most amazing movies ever made. That's really bad. You know this, and
Yeah, I think the audience knows too.
he wants me to do a TikTok somehow with that. So there's a very funny scene. Yeah, I think you and I are going to do. I figured it out. I know what we're going to do. It's not. We're not going to get naked. Don't worry. That'll be after. That'll be after we go.
Okay.
It don't. I mean, we will get naked, just not. But yeah. That's. I know what we're going to do. I'm excited now. It's going to be. What you don't have a TikTok account, do you?
No, I do not.
Why not? You could do this. You could totally do that.
I love watching like the cringe ones. Those are always fun. Yeah.
What are those?
Look up cringy TikToks on YouTube after the episode.
Okay.
I like those. That's just the bottom barrel of society that has a voice now when they probably shouldn't. And it's cringy as fuck, but I like watching it. I don't like watching the corny mainstream shit.
I love the cringy too because I'm obsessed with. I don't know if you know this. I love True TV. It's my favorite channel on television, and Practical Jokers. And they have a show in the mornings and sometimes at night called World's Dumbest, World's Funniest.
Oh yeah.
I hate watch the show, and I don't mean in a way that it's. I just because of that it's cringeworthy. It's like you're like, why did you think you could ride your bike? No. One guy jumps. He's a parkour guy, and he jumps from a building to a building to a building, and he's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to jump from this building to this." He falls far. You see him, blood is everywhere, and you're just like, he's got to get his jaw ripped. I'm like, at what point did you think, yes, this is going to work out great? I'm going to be awesome at this. I don't even understand the concept, that it fascinates me so much. So I like cringe stuff. So I will look this up. I don't think people are doing that on TikTok though. Are they jumping off buildings?
I'm sure someone is, but it's mainly people doing, because there's all the stupid voiceover kind of things. It's always people doing shit like that, or
we're gonna do a total cringe-worthy. You and I, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we can do that.
You'll even want to watch it. Like seriously, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, we're doing that. Okay. Well, we do gotta at some point we gotta we gotta get pictures. Gotta do that. We're gonna promote the show. And by now, you'll probably see the pictures, and we'll be being goofy or stupid or pretentious. One of those. I don't know.
And Jimmy will be doing his TikToks.
Yeah. I'm a terrible TikToker. I'm not that creative. I'm just not that creative.
Every TikToker is a terrible TikToker.
I have one though. I have one where when the toilet paper thing was happening. You guys can watch this because it's really so everyone was buying toilet paper, couldn't get toilet paper anywhere. So I was inspired and I was thinking, say anything. So I had my son film me while I'm holding up a thing of toilet paper with "In Your Eyes," the Peter Gabriel song. I don't know how much I can sing without getting in trouble, so I'm not going to do too much of that.
Yeah.
But
that tends to be the problem with you. You sing it too well, and then we get flagged.
Yeah, because people like Spotify and shit.
They're like, why didn't know Peter Gabriel was a guest on this show? But there he is singing this song, pitch perfectly.
Look, I know that you're teasing me.
What?
I know you're making fun of me, but you know what? That makes me feel so good.
It's so funny to me that you're like, I'm gonna stop because we're gonna get flagged.
I just like I don't even think about it. It's like I'm thinking every time I sing. Well, I am really amazing. I am.
Okay.
It's like an angel, like listening to me sing. I feel lucky to be around you because you're so lucky to hear me sing. I mean, that's really how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean. And I right now think of the Wolf of Wall Street when he's driving the car is what I'm saying. I do realize that fully, but yeah, I love singing so much. I do
it too, like in my car and shit when I'm at home.
Oh, I've heard you sing. He does a very good job, by the way. We did hear him do Stan, and it was really rad. It was really, I was like, I was standing on you. Honestly.
Yeah, I did. We got on the subject when Ryan Riddle was here. We got on the subject. I don't remember if we talked about it all on the podcast or if that was all after the show, but we started talking about karaoke nights, and I mentioned that one song that I like to sing rap in full is "Stan" by Eminem, and I did like the half of a verse.
No, you did a pretty.
Or one verse.
I think I did a
verse. Yeah,
you did a verse, and I was like, I was in the audience. I was crying.
What was more impressive is that I managed to do all that while I was super high.
That is true. You were really high when you did that.
I was, and I was able to just like keep going for a little bit. That was nice.
It was well. That's I think one of the funny things that like you were just. I was shocked that you did it because when we were first trying to get you to do it, you were just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it, and you just did it like nothing, and it was like I was like, oh man, that's really fucking rad. I dug it, legit.
Yeah. I mean, look, I got bars, dude.
Yeah, you do. What are you doing?
I'm putting my ashtray away.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, speaking of, I mean, I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I want to know what you're thinking. I'm thinking this is a pretty good episode. I'm there. I'm thinking we tell each other where we can find each other. Well, technically, why is something flying on me? Oh my god, it's Mike Pence's fly. Let's tell each other where we can find each other, and then we'll
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm not gonna fucking do an outro like that. That's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
Fuck you.
And the whole point is for me to be like, to try to, cut it in a way that makes it look like it flows, and then like I'm gonna suddenly be like, hey guys, and then fuck that. That's so stupid. I don't even know where that came from.
It was really stupid. Hey, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to smash that like button.
Yeah. Likey.
No. But let's be seriousness. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me on twitch.tv /Justin_Butts. You can follow me on Instagram at JustinButts94. Yeah, those are my things. What are your things?
My things are Joe Blow, Arrow in the Head, We Live Entertainment, Sounds Scary on Viddy Space, and we're on Viddy Space, and Jimmy to the O, usually Jimmy to the O or James Oster, depending on whether it's Twitter, Instagram. I'm on all that shit. So yeah, fine. And TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Make sure you follow him on TikTok for premium content.
Please do. Please.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Have a good day, everybody.